Nathan Griffith, Janelle Evans' ex-boyfriend, asserts that she recently left her two youngest children in the care of a babysitter in Las Vegas for a period of 3 weeks. During an interview with the United States Sun, the father of Janelle's middle kid made allegations that the former Teen Mom 2-star left Ensley, who is 8 years old, and Kaiser, who is 10 years old, alone for a period of several weeks while she was in North Carolina, where she was located across the country. "I know she was out and about for almost 3 weeks while Kaiser was jumping around with babysitters," Nathan stated in his complaint. "One time he was playing out in the streets and somebody had to get him." Nathan read out a text message that he had recently written to Janelle. In the message, he made a direct accusation against Janelle, saying that she had left Kaiser alone for nearly 3 weeks unattended with babysitters. This occurred during another portion of the bombshell interview with Nathan. In addition, a different report stated that Janelle's eldest son, Jace, who is 15 years old, accompanied his mother on the trip to North Carolina, while she left the smaller children behind in Sin City. As was previously reported by the United States Sun, Kaiser and Ensley were observed while playing alone for extended periods of time outside of their mother's residence on multiple weekdays in the latter part of September. An eyewitness stated at the time that the individuals appeared to be riding around the streets, going to the residence of a neighbor, and then returning to their own residence. What Janelle has to say about the fact. Calling the United States Sun to react to their most recent request for comment, Janelle and August Keene, who had previously been her manager but is now her boyfriend, did so. "Yeah, I would love to comment on that because I had a babysitter for a little bit because I went to North Carolina for court, and I had to get my stuff and then I had to drive it back across the country," she told the newspaper The Sun of the United States. The comment was made by August, who stated, "People get nannies and babysitters all the time." To the court again. During the course of his interview, Nathan continued by saying, "I believe there are a great deal of things that I am not aware of, and I am unable to comment on it because I am not present in the same location, but I am aware of what Kaiser has shared with me. Even though I am aware of the cruelty and neglect that he is subjected to, there is practically nothing that I can do to help him. My expectation is what's going to probably have to happen is another family court case. Because she's already threatening my mom, threatening me about custody and all this stuff." Some of the other shocking allegations that Nathan made against his ex-fiancée were previously published in the United States Sun. These allegations included the fact that her 3 children were allegedly exposed to narcotics in her household, as well as the fact that her soon-to-be ex-husband, David Eason, 36, allegedly engaged in aggressive behavior with Kaiser. The allegations of abuse. Nathan, who claims to have been sober for more than 130 days, expressed his belief that Kaiser would frequently be held responsible for the actions that his elder brother Jace is supposed to have committed on their younger sister. He said that his son had informed him about a time when Jace supposedly tossed a rock at Ensley, hitting him in the head, and that Kaiser got the living crap beat out of him for it. The father of 2 children claimed that his son described the incident. The former reality star on MTV asserted that everything that had to do with Ensley, the daughter of Janelle and David, would particularly incite the ire of Kaiser's stepfather. He related a story that Kaiser had told him about how his younger sister had been messing with him and hitting him and pinching him, and as a result, her middle brother had gone ahead and squeezed her back. The 37-year-old man stated that he was informed that Ensley did not get into any problems, but that David allegedly pinched Kaiser as hard as he could and made him bleed on the arm. According to Nathan, the tween boy has a scar on his shoulder as a result of the incident. Another disturbing allegation made by the former MTV star was that the child, who was just 10 years old at the time, said that his stepfather had punched him in the face several times. Due to an incident that occurred with Jace in the fall of last year, David is currently being charged with felony assault by strangling. Any charges of abuse that have been made against Janelle's soon-to-be ex-boyfriend have never been directly or publicly rejected by him. Although Janelle and August did not refute all of the allegations of violence that were made against her husband, who is now divorced, she did refute the notion that she ever witnessed any of the assault with her own eyes. split up in parts. Nathan originally voiced his concerns for Kaiser's well-being after Janelle had relocated the preteen to live with his grandmother Doris Davidson in Tennessee earlier this month. However, Janelle later reversed her decision and ripped him out of his brand new school just 3 days after he had started attending it. Nathan's concerns were prompted by Janelle's decision to move Kaiser to live with his grandmother. Janelle was making the right decision to move Kaiser to Tennessee to live with Doris, according to the father of 2 children, who expressed his belief in the matter. This individual stated that Kaiser was in a sticky situation while being cared for by the 32-year-old. "My son has already edited out for privacy. He already vapes. He's already edited out for privacy. He's already done, edited out for privacy. And he's 10 years old," as Nathan had previously said. Additionally, he stated that Child Protective Services ought to be taking the charges seriously, and he went on to assert that Kaiser had informed him that he had gotten into problems at school due to an event involving vaping. Both Janelle's claim that she has drugs in her home and the claim that Kaiser was caught vaping at school have been refuted by Janelle in an interview with the United States Sun. Throughout the years, Nathan has voiced his dissatisfaction with the Child Protective Services that has been present in Janelle's household. "It is my hope that in some circumstances, the state, Child Protective Services, the judicial system, or some other entity will really take the evidence or the inquiry seriously and act accordingly." On top of that, he stated that he is of the opinion that Child Protective Services only digs down so deep, and that now, 8 years later, where the kids are getting into drug trouble, doing drugs. Reports from the time period indicate that Child Protective Services (CPS) was involved in Janelle's household in 2017, while Doris was battling for custody of Kaiser during that time. After David Kaiser shot and killed their French bulldog, Nugget, in 2019, Kaiser, Ensley, and David's daughter Marissa, who is now 17 years old, were temporarily removed from Janelle's residence before returning.